Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon swing training floor with your humble host, Jerremy Newsome, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food. What's up? Oh, snap. How are all of you today? It is Wednesday, spelled with an I. Hope you're doing incredible. Ariel Reyes. What's up, buddy? Sean, Hildy, Jason, Edward, Leah. What up, Leah? Paul says howdy. What's up, Paul? All right, squadron. Well, the thing that I did not really want to happen happened. The reason I'm saying did not want it to happen is because it scares people when this stuff like this happens. People panic. People get afraid. People lose money. I only want everyone to make money, but it's not the way life works. Sometimes you got to put a little bit of pain and fear into people before they learn things. This was gnarly. This was gnarly. Oh, man. Derek says, great buying opportunity. It will be. It will be. So we got a little bit lower to go. This target is just the 50 EMA. So 50 EMA was just the, again, just like if you had puts or you day trade anything today, I mean, I'm assuming all of you just absolutely crushed it today. I think I really, really feel like yesterday was one of the best afternoon rooms I've had in a long time. I think it was very, very clear about what to do in the markets, as clear as I can be at least. So we did gap down today. We did take out the low of the day. In fact, this is how it works. I mean, so that you guys know, when I talk about, when a lot of traders talk about, you only need one really good day to make back tons of your losses, or you only need one really great day in the market. This is one of those days. This was perfect. Look at this first 5-minute candle. This is the low of yesterday right here. Look how we closed below the low of yesterday, closed below the low of today, retest the low of yesterday, and sank like a stone. The money you could have made from 410 down to the 50 EMA on just puts, it was amazing. All the money, like however much you wanted. I know it sounds crazy, but like you could have made literally as much money as you possibly could have wanted in this little move right here. That's what's cool about the stock market, is it sometimes just takes one great day, one beautiful move. Like that's it. Like that was the low of yesterday. That was the 5-minute candle, just perfect. Really, really good rollover right into the 50 EMA. So a great gap, right? Everyone's bearish. It took out all the bulls. All the bulls are losing money. At this point, again, Mr. Squiggles is pretty close to accurate on this one. I think we can probably take away the go to cash targets on the SPY. I didn't go to cash on the SPY, and even though I knew it was going to pull back, I have my long-term holdings, but played it with puts, played it on the downside, played it with short shares, is whatever you can do. I'm not saying we can't go higher tomorrow, but what's very intriguing is there's going to be a little bit of a gap in here that we need to fill. That most likely happens before Friday. Most likely happens before Friday. We fill this gap to some degree, even if it's a gap down. Like let's say we gap down tomorrow and open at 400 and then trade higher. That's very, very possible. Again, not saying the end of the world, just saying that we're going to get some selling. The Qs, I mean, I can only laugh. I don't know what else to do. That was crazy. Look at this gap down on the Qs. I mean, look at this. If you're playing the Momo, if you're, oh, wow, just murdered. That was such a good trend. Very, very pretty. So yeah, we took out the low of yesterday. The low of yesterday was 318. We dropped 2 points since then. Robert says, you said yesterday, if we take out this candle, I did. Yep. And again, it doesn't look bullish at all, guys. I have short shares. I have long puts. I got sold calls. I do have some longs on some things. I'll cover all the positions, but I was up pretty handily today, mostly because I was just bearish. I bought a lot of puts yesterday at close on tons and tons of positions. So why not? And then bang, added to them. We took out, we closed below. We're going to hit the 200 on the Qs. The question now is just when. That's it. Is it going to happen before June? I don't know. Leah said, did you close these positions or still have them? I still have them. I still have them. The only thing I closed out on were my SPY short positions, the day trade. That was it. Edward has a 300 long July puts on the Qs, Edward. Got it. So Edward has some out of the money puts on the Qs. Yeah, I mean, again, same thing. I mean, the markets, when they start selling, can really sell quickly. We did retest. Yesterday was the retest and today was the rollover. So again, this is the hourly chart. So if you're playing trends, right, short into moving averages. So again, if we gap down and we trade back up into the averages, short it. Sell high, buy low. Sell high, buy low. Right? You don't want to short low, you want to short high. You want to sell as high as you possibly can. This gap is amazing. Honestly, again, I'm not saying the market is going to free fall. I'm just simply saying that we could get to 300 by the end of this week. I mean, it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm saying it could. So it's good to have some puts or some type of protection, something. We got a lot of gaps that we need to fill. Again, here's the weekly chart. And the weekly chart, ladies and gentlemen, right now, this is, if we close below the 20, this will be the first time that the Qs have closed below the 20 since February of 2020, last year. So keep that in mind, because I'll be looking at shorting until we get down to 300 on the Qs. So I'm only going to be playing shorts mostly until we get down there. I'll do some day trade longs here and there, but I'm only going to be shorting until we get down there. And then I'll go long again. Buy low, sell high. You know? So there you go. That's the broader markets. Here's the IWM. Edward says, so add to long puts tomorrow once we retest. That's probably what I will be doing. Yeah. Yep. IWM looks a little head and shoulderish. It looks like we closed below the strong bullish candle, closing below the 100. Again, moving averages have crossed bearish. If you're wondering, IWM is bearish on the daily chart on Momo. So you got that weekly chart. We haven't crossed yet. It's going to be a while before we do that. And then monthly, you know, we're just up there. So again, I do think this dip will get bought. I'm all excited to buy a dip. I don't know how big it will be. It could come down nice and far at some point later in the year and then bounce, but I'm excited for it either way. All right, team. That's kind of my broader market review. We've got a lot to look at today. I am super amped to go through this list with you. Let me just clear off these old, I don't know what these purples and oranges are. Maloney says, is that a monthly inside day candle? You mean last month? Oh, I guess it is. Let's get Maloney all excited. Uh-oh. Maloney's getting excited. All right, cool. So here is AYX, and AYX, again, it did have some decent strength yesterday, and I will be clear. I'm not saying that certain stocks cannot go higher tomorrow. They absolutely can, right? There's a lot of stocks that are so sold off that they'll probably just kind of sell off with the market. So for example, I don't have any position on AYX, but you know, this particular candle today is an inside bear candle. If we have some type of crazy bull gap up tomorrow in certain stocks, I think we could really run. This would be one of them. But if we break down and we continue to show weakness without any strength, I would just continue to be short. Here's the long-term 200, and we're below the long-term 200 on AYX. That's it. So we're below the 200 against an inside weak candle on AYX. Monthly chart last month was an inside month, Maloney, on AYX. So yeah, we're trading relatively sideways. The trend is still bearish presently. So we'll see if we bounce. Again, if we don't bounce on this particular company, I think within the next 3 or 4 days, I just wouldn't be in it bullish. It just looks like the trend's bearish right now. Just my opinion. HAYW, we canceled for a swing trade, so we'll come back to that one later. Let's look at, okay, I already got on the list for Monday, so we'll come back and look at it Monday, no big deal. Zillow, oh boy. The weakness on Zillow is just mortifying. Again, I know there's a lot of people who are in, you know, shares long-term and they're just slowly buying the dip. That's cool, right? If you're accumulating, no big deal. That's fine. I do think Zillow can go higher over time, but I also think it could go back down to 70. I mean, that is a head and shoulders of head and shoulders. I have seen no head and shoulders pattern better than this one. Edward says, do you have any long puts? I bought and sold them. Yep. So I bought them on this day, sold them on open on this day. I'll get into more again. Yeah. So Zillow, some weakness. I'll wait 2 or 3 days to see what we do, but yeah, on pullbacks, I'll be shorting. Here's the moving averages. So, you know, if it pulls back to 115 again, I'll probably snag some more puts. And if it gaps down tomorrow, oh heavens, heavens, if the markets gap down tomorrow. Good Googa Mooga. Hello. All right, Frog, J Frog Limited. This one is intriguing. Again, I don't have any positions in this one, but the second biggest bear volume came in on earnings on May 7th, and then we actually closed above a lot of that candle today. So again, if you're really scouting bull trades, it's easier to just look for ones in a bullish trend, right? It's easier to find those, easier to play those if you're bullish. What I'm looking at right now on JFrog would probably be just like a quick day trades. I'll put on the list for tomorrow just in case it does something intriguing, right? It's like if it gaps up or opens above here, I could go long. I don't know if it does that, and I don't think it will, but it could. So we'll see. I'll put on the list just in case. Otherwise, it probably goes a little bit lower. Yeah. So anyway, that's JFrog. Palantir getting beat up again. Getting beat up again. So Palantir had earnings, and is there anything bullish about this, guys, that I'm missing? Is there anything that I'm not seeing? No, nothing. Okay. I just want to make sure. Wade says their earnings were good too. Yep, they were. I mean, I guess it depends on the definition of good, but yeah, I mean, they made money, right? Estimated 4 cents. They reported 4 cents. So it's good. Steven says, I might need to ask Kathy. I might need to ask Kathy what I'm missing. I probably do. Probably do. Leah says, I didn't plan to have such long-term relationships with these stocks. LOL. You are in an arranged marriage, Leah, unfortunately. You got into an arranged marriage. So yeah, long story short, I don't have a massive expectation on Palantir to go higher yet. I think most of us know that we can go higher later at some point, but the fact we took out this candle low and retested it yesterday and automatically dropped. I mean, that was the easiest retest in the world. Easiest retest in the world. So again, if I drop this, look at this, low this ginormous wick. I mean, what else is there? What else is there? Look how many bear candles you have in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bear candles in a row. What's likely going to happen? Right? Likely, if we gap down, we're going to fade. Bang. There we go. What do? Oh, wow. We retested this one. What? And in one day, Palantir was up 17%. From the close of the previous day, it was up 9%. Yeah. Good time to buy some puts. And now we're there. So Palantir, go lower. CRISPR Therapeutics. So CRISPR is hanging on by the skin of its teeth, looks like the rest of the market. Again, I know a lot of you are just accumulating this one, and that's a great idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I don't have any particular positions on it, but I do need to probably study biotechs more. You know, that's one thing I don't know very much about, just like the biotech, gene splicing, DNA transfer, molecular stuff. The future, says Derek. I don't know anything about the future. I need to learn more about futures. Genomics, yes. So this is a genomics play, and I know there's a lot of people accumulating it, right? So buy a share every week or something. That's fine. That's fine. But right now, Corsair Gaming, CRISPR Therapeutics, hanging out, doing its thing, chilling, loving life. Corsair is right here. Jay, I got that one. Jay says I'm in the bull put spread. So for those in the bull put spread, I don't know if you're in May or June. If you are here, realistically, today is the kind of warning candle. So again, you need to bounce tomorrow, right? So you need to gap up tomorrow. If you gap up tomorrow, just kind of keep hanging on to it. If it's June, easiest thing to unravel in the world. Let it trade sideways for 2 or 3 days. If it breaks down, cut the short put, hold on to the long put, and then make more money on the downside. That's it. It closed below, it's working on getting below this hammer right here, and there's nothing below it until 72.65. So unravel that beast. You got plenty of time. Best of luck. American down the well is gapping down on earnings, down 5%. So again, Mr. Squiggle is getting pretty close to this one. Earnings were, I think, decently good. I don't think it gets absolutely paper shredded though tomorrow. It probably hangs out for another 2 or 3 days. I know tons of people are in American Well and it's not doing anything great. I get that. So it's down, it's hanging out. That's really it. It's out of support. Nothing great, exciting, or wonderful is happening to it. It's getting absolutely turkey roasted. Just as a reminder, and I'm sure that you all know this, but type in a 7 if you know that you can make money when the market goes down. So if you're playing American Well, it probably would have been decent timing for you to get into some puts. I don't know, somewhere over here. So just a reminder, just a small reminder. So if you're in, I mean, you know, you could have bought puts when it closed below this candle, maybe. All right. So Mike says premium isn't that great. Not selling puts, buying them. Right? Buying a put to make it go up when stock goes down. Thomas says on the 6th bear day in a row. I mean, what's the trend? You don't have to buy tons. You could buy one if you want. Powers says, what strike do you go for? Well, the thing is, like, earnings were today, so you probably don't want to buy a put tomorrow, unless you're maybe day trading it. In this situation, you would probably have bought a $15 or $16 put on April 30th when it closed below this huge bullish volume. Edward says that's an error on earnings. They were in March. Right on. Well, either way, we're gapping down small on something, some random nightly news. I thought it was earnings, but it might not be. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get at is you guys can always make money when market goes down. Buy puts if you want to hedge on the downside. That's it. That's simple. Follow the trend, be in the trends. Eventually they will recover. It's just going to take some time. Under Armour, congratulations to Chris West and Edward and a few other traders who made some money on this move right here. I'm still absolutely flabbergasted. Write that word down, that I got triggered into puts on an 8% up day. Can't figure that one out for the life of me. So anyway, really good breakdown. Good job. Well done. Because there's a few traders who did either A, play the weekly options newsletter better, B, got triggered in and didn't get stopped out, C, got back into the trade when it closed below this candle, or D, something else. I'm just too big of a dum-dum to do that, I guess. Edward says definitely B, LOL. Yeah, B was the right way to, I don't know. Good job. Good job for you guys making money on that one. Airbnb earnings is around the corner. I don't expect them to be phenomenal. They'll either gap down or they'll gap up and then trade down. So you guys get to choose which one, how you want to play that. Airbnb about to making my way downtown. Trading down to that support. That's probably the next level. Really good triangle pattern. Great breakout. I mean, look at the candle taking out this May 4th candle. Wow. So Airbnb, we will see what it does. Netflix. So Netflix, this was a little, today was Wild Man Wednesday for me. So I know you guys didn't see a lot of me on the microphone. I was just doing my thing. In my zone today, almost got stopped out of Netflix and had to bail for the smallest of gains. So this was like a low of day break that I got triggered into. I was like, I'm the greatest trader of the world. And then that candle came in. I was like, I'm the worst trader in the world. So I just kind of hung out, didn't do much. And then this candle came in. I was like, what in the crap? Huge double bottom, massive volume. I was like, okay, well, gonna lose an R. And then Harry Potter came in, was like, what's up, man? I'm the Wizard of Oz. So came back down right into that. So I got out right there. Exited, took the tiny W. And because you guys, again, you know, it went from winning to losing, back to losing. And so this is what I ended up doing. Now, again, if you're wondering why I get out there, well, the market was closing in 30 minutes and I was up. I went from potentially losing to winning. So I was like, okay, well, all right. Let me just take the W then, right? Why not? LITE, LITE did the same thing on Lithium Holdings. Yeah, I was trading like I was possessed today. Flying. LITE was the other one. This one was a good trade. It did end up hitting my final target if I could have held all the way into close of market, and I did not. So I did cover here for a very small win. So I won 0.13 R's on this low of day break. It was a perfect gap and go, and it still will go lower. The 200 simple, look at this gap down, man. Look at this thing. Everyone's trapped. Everyone's trapped. Mike says, I'm still having a hard time going short. I have a bull brain. I pick an area where I want to buy for a day trade, and I'm waiting until it gets there. And then it dawns on me, why the heck did I just ride the short entry? So it's easy, Mike. Just force yourself to take a short trade. Do it tomorrow. Make yourself, just once you do it, you'll understand it. Or, as everyone's saying, you know, turn the chart upside down. Type of 1//LITE and it will invert the chart for you. So just look at where you would get in, you know, bullish and go, that's how you would go short. You can also do that if it helps. Emily says, get a bear coaching session with Maloney, LOL. That too. So anyway, yeah, all kinds of things to do, Mike. It's awesome. So Mike, let us know what you short tomorrow. Okay. Maloney says, I had no idea you can flip charts. Maloney, I'm trying to teach you something every day. Me and you together, girl. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Peloton. So PTON, I am a little upset with myself for not shorting Peloton today. Maloney says, I've been doing it on my laptop physically. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm now picturing Maloney hanging upside down from her ceiling, like asking her husband, Jay, can you build me a thing, Jay, so I can turn my body upside down? I mean, it also works. Oh man, that's good. That is funny. Well, hey, all good. Peloton, ladies and gentlemen, this is a head and shoulders pattern. If you're wondering what a head and shoulders pattern looks like, this is it. Trend is bearish. Look to short stuff, please. Until we close above 100, I'm only looking at shorting Peloton until it goes lower. It's a head and shoulders pattern. It's everything you could possibly want. Inside week, monthly, I mean, the next target, 73.18. So if you're trading Peloton, this, I'm talking to myself right now. If you're trading Peloton, only go short until it hits a major target or it closes above 100. Even if it closes above 100, I'll still be a little skeptical, but all right. So enough about that. Peloton, look to be more short than long eventually, especially for some reason if it opens below 86 tomorrow. All right, Leslie's, AKA the pool company. Some type of pool company that I'm not familiar with, but here it is, it's happening. And LESL, it is pulling back to the 100 and it's there. It's at the 100. So if you were looking at going long off the 100 on Leslie's, you could do that with a hammer. I think the setup is actually okay. It's decent. Not a bad hammer. So if you're looking at playing, again, just be quick on anything bullish right now. If we make a quick gain, let's just get in and get out for a quick gain and move on. But that's Leslie's. Fastly died today very quickly. Sorry, very fastly. It gapped down and just hemorrhaged all day long. All by myself. Look at this trend. Look at that trend. So again, Mike, and again, just because I love you, man, you can do one of two things. You can make bull money in here and stress out about it. Or look how easy it is to make bear money. Just go with the trend, guys. Turn on some moving averages and go, what's the trend? And then just go that direction. I promise it helps you make money. Unless you don't like money. If you don't like money, I can send you my address and you can send it to me. I'll take your money. I'll give it away. I'll go do some awesome things with it. Just trade the trends, right? Let stocks pull into, I mean, look at this. Imagine shorting right here and just riding the trend. What if you picked a whole month and just all you did was just trade with the trend? How amazing that would be. Redfin, RDFN, speaking of trends, oh my goodness. Eric says, do you have a video on fading? Let's go find out. YouTube, fading, real life trading. Bang. How to trade fades. Bam. Check that one out. You'll like it. Okay. Ross says, what team everyone cashing on some bear money? Terry says, Redfin is a great profitable company. I love Redfin. It's an awesome company. It's just going to go a little bit lower for a little bit. So yeah. That's going down more. Really great breakdown. Steven says it's just going to go red for a little while. Yep. So again, here's the moving averages. Overall trend is bearish. Probably will want to sell it up here around the 20, stop above here, something like that. If you're playing Redfin, look a little bit like that on RDFN. Eric says, type anything plus real life trading and a video will come up for it. Yep. Yep. It's a good video searching strategy for sure. Halton in a sweater, followed by real life trading, and you'll find a video of Jeremy knitting. Man, I don't know what would come up with that exact search, but it's too funny. So yeah, Redfin, this was a really, really good gap and go today. Look at this trend. Wow, that's a thing of beauty. I really do love afternoon trades. I do. I'm a huge fan. Look at this. Look how much data you have at this point in time. Look how much data. You have the trend, you have the consolidation, you have a little bit of an attempt to move higher, and then this comes in, closing below that bull candle, right? So, I mean, if you're thinking bullish, like that's fine, right? This candle comes in, this candle comes in, that candle comes in, lower low, taking out this volume of this candle. So right there, I mean, is there, look at the trend. Again, look at the moving averages. Shorts it, oh, dumpage. Look what happened once it closed and took out that volume right there. Look at that. Easy setup. Get in at 51.50, stop up here at 52. I didn't take that today, but that would have been really nice. And again, how would you have known to go long? How would you have known to go short? Anyone? Was there a signal? Was there a sign anywhere? Was there anything that said be more bearish than bullish? Was there anything that could clue you in? Jay says, can you put an alert on your own trend line in TradingView? That's a good question. I don't know. I know you can in TrendSpider. Maloney says bull candle gets taken out. Yep, that's it. That's all you need. Bull candle taken out. Bearish gap and go in a bearish trend. What do you guys think? Easy? Yeah. Anyway, again, I like Redfin long-term. Absolutely. I'll buy some Redfin long-term without question. That was one of my bigger winners last year, but 44 is where I'll probably start to buy in smaller size. Okay. Upwork. I do have some hedges on Upwork. I have all the hedges. I bought more puts today for some hedges, and I also sold those calls. Those calls did fill at $1 limit for June. I really do like, even though Upwork was down 6%, I still like the look of it because it's still holding the 200, and you know, it's down, but it's an inside candle. Like, I'm not terrified by it. Obviously it can go lower, but I just like yeah, it's down. I have all the hedges. I have hedges. That's all I can say. I'm hedged on this one. So if it does this, I will actually make money. If it does this, I'll make a little bit of money. If it does this, I will lose money. Yep. I'll lose a little bit of money if it trades sideways. So really, I just need it to move down. I'll make money. Up, I'll make a little bit of money. Sideways, I'll lose a little bit of money. So Upwork hedged is in Walmart. Oh my goodness. Did not have a position on Walmart. I mean, again, long-term, if you're playing it, it's Walmart, right? You can't be too upset or sad, but yeah, it's just pulling back. You do have some lower highs on Walmart. It did break down. If you bought off the long terms, that's fine. I mean, it's Walmart, it'll recover, but really, really good double top here on Wally World. Earnings around the corner. You know, if you're day trading it, probably day trading it short, but again, be quick on Walmart. Walmart just won't slowly wither away. You'll definitely have an opportunity to make some good moves on Walmart in the future. If I were buying Walmart personally, it'd be at 127. PayPal today, PYPL, PayPal gapped down, inside day candle, a little bit of a bear candle on good earnings. Close below this hammer, really nice hammer on May the 6th. So we've closed below the hammer. We had a gap and go on the 7th of May. We closed below, we retested, we failed. PayPal is going to go to 225. So we'll keep waiting for that and we'll see what it does. Litecoin. So Litecoin, LTCUSD trading up to its previous all-time highs. So Derek, what do you think? Do you want to buy some up here? Is this a good buying time, or good selling time. But again, look how much you've learned, man. It's awesome. We got to learn one way or another. Your Litecoin was my silver. You know, we all make that mistake. If it makes you guys feel better, if you really love trading, I know all of you do. All of you are always here. If you really, really love trading, you are going to have to lose stupid money on dumb things for you to learn lessons. Right? So if you bought the top of this random SPAC move, or you got in at the very, very high of whatever garbage company, okay, and it just crushed you and you lost a bunch of money, right? If you bought QS at 120, sorry, I know how it feels. I bought silver, you know, right there. So I get it. I know how it works. No, I'm all there. So pay your stupid tax, learn the lessons as quickly as you can, and then do your best not to repeat them. So yes, Litecoin, I would not be buying tons up here. I'm not saying you can't buy a little bit, but I would just be more of a seller than a buyer on most cryptos right now. Again, you can buy tiny size, like $500 or something. That's fine. But if you want to really buy more heavier, buy it a little bit lower. Robert says, and it's always immortalized on the chart. It's one of my favorite things about stock trading, truly. That you now have a candle and a chart to look at your stupidity for the rest of your life. It's really fun. It never goes away. You know, it never goes away. It's like, you'll forget about the test that you failed in 4th grade, you know, because Miss Withers wasn't a good teacher. You'll probably forget about that, but you won't forget about getting into these awful companies at the exact highs. Now, ADA, Cardano. I do like Cardano. I am enjoying this move. I think a lot of people are in this one. This one can go higher. I don't think it can go higher entirely by itself, but I am a fan. I like it. This is an old resistance, new support. It can easily pull back to this support. Be long on this one if you like making currencies. Buy dips. I think this could easily go to 250 in the next 2 months. Christopher Maurice says 5th largest crypto market cap, and it's one of the more inexpensive ones. I actually know what they do. I like it. It's better than Ripple in every possible, you know, every imaginable. It's great. Much bigger fan of this than anything else. Edward says 250 or 250? 250. Yeah. If this was going to go to 250 in the next month, I would, what's the term? Sell everything possible to buy it, which I have done. I have done that. If you guys came to my house, you would laugh. I as of right now, have almost no furniture because I sold everything to buy Ethereum months ago. All of it. Sold shoes, TVs, tables, chairs. I got my money on as much cash as I possibly could have. So yeah, there's gonna be a time and a place where you just have to do it. All right, LIFT, LYFT. Varian says, I can attest to the fact that his house is very empty. Man, my boy Varian was like sleeping on the floor. You know, that dude was just sleeping on, I don't have anything. Now, here's the ironic part, is I did order a bunch of furniture to put in the house and it just hasn't gotten here yet. Because, well, you know, all the things. All right, LIFT, sell the pullbacks, short the rips, as they say. I think this one can slowly head down, really good, clean moving average look. And I'm not saying that this is going to be in the end of the world. 200 is a very realistic target for this one, maybe a little bit higher, a little bit lower. But yeah, monthly chart. I would love a pullback to 37. So I don't have any position on LIFT. If it can pull back far enough, I'll short it, but I probably won't get a chance to. RXT. Type in a 6 if you remember me saying, watch this one tomorrow in case it gaps up above the high of yesterday. So I did watch it, and I absolutely tried to go long. I just never got any signal. So this is the 3-minute chart, and I'll turn the extend hours on so you can kind of look at it. It did open above the high, and the very first 3-minute was just a gnarly bear candle, and I got all excited. I was like, okay, cool. If we take out that candle, stop below there, and then just bang, 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 and then trade sideways forever. And you could not convince me as to why I did not short below here. I have no idea. Type in a 9 if that's the most obvious short in the world. I mean, let me just go back over here. I mean, like, what? Look at this. Look at all that support breaking. Look at this hour-and-a-half long consolidation. What about the moving averages? What are those doing, Jeremy? They're bearish. That's just the 3-minute. Oh, yeah. 5-minute, bearish. But yeah, that's just the 3 and the 5-minute chart. What about the 15? Bearish. Well, Jeremy, that's the 3, the 5, and the 15. What about the 30? Those are also bearish. There's no way it can be bearish on the, yep, hourly, also bearish. What about the daily? Yep, also bearish. No idea. Couldn't tell you. How many more time frames do you want to say, hey, I'm going down? Man, it's just a dummy. I watched it all day and didn't even short it. Dumb. Etsy. Well, trigger one. Hooray. So trigger one at least got in. I was hoping that we'd go all the way higher. Paul says you should talk to Mike about shorting. I know, man. Tell me about it. 200 SMA is was a really, really good resistance to fail off of. So if you're in Etsy bearish, congrats. Well done. I had a 4 pyramids of bears on this one. Only got the top one. Robert says, it's been a long time since I've seen a bear pyramid. Ah, dude, I know. I know, man. It's been a while. So again, I'm not expecting anything crazy, insane, insightfully exciting, but if it trades down to here, I'll just get out and, you know, make $20 a share. All right, that's Etsy. We talked about that one in depth the other day. Next on the list is US Steel. US Steel, I know Hector Hernandez has a killer collar on this thing. Really, really good collar. So he has an unlosable position on US Steel as long as he has puts above his dollar cost average. So he's got some call sales. He has some long puts. He's hoping it goes to 40, although it probably won't. It always could. You did have an inside month, which is Maloney's new favorite thing, last month on US Steel, and we broke out of that for a quick little $3 move. No big deal on a $20 stock. So yeah, this one looks good. I like the overall trend. I don't have any positions on US Steel, but if I was in it, I'd buy a pullback around 23. RIOT, R-I-O-T, RIOT blockchain. Why is RIOT blockchain going down even though the crypto market's going up? Wait a minute. Are you telling me they're two different things? Are you saying that RIOT blockchain isn't technically anything to do with the blockchain, and they just add the name blockchain to their company a few months ago? Are you telling me that they just pivoted and I do mining and stuff, and then their stocks started going up, and now it's going down? Yeah, that's what we're saying. So RIOT blockchain. Okay. Robert says all scams. Wait a minute. So are you telling me if I give my money to a friend and they invest that money and get 1% return a day. And then I sign up a buddy under me and they give me money, and then I make 1% off of that, and then they get a friend and then they refer under them. That's not legal or normal. Hold on, let me draw it out for you. So if I'm here and I have people under me, and those people under me give me money and I take that money and spend it. Oh man, I'm trying to find. All right, I'm gonna go on a quick tangent. Do I have time to go on a tangent? I think so. Give me 3 seconds. Let me see if I can pull this up. I gotta watch this video. This is so funny. All right, give me like 30 seconds. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. And I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. So I had a buddy send me this this video called Tron case presentation. Anyway, so he was like, is this legit? So I watched it, and within like 10 minutes, somewhere in this presentation, they pull up what they do, and they literally showed a pyramid. The only reason I'm laughing is because people still do this. So here's how you make a pyramid not look like a pyramid. Draw it sideways. And you'll notice level 1 is the bigger number and level 6 is the smaller number. Oh man, is that not the funniest thing you've ever seen? Oh, geez. I just laughed and laughed about that for hours. I sent him the thing. I was like, bro, this is a pyramid scheme. Just letting you know. He's like, no, man, it's legit. I swear. Anyway. All right. So Riot blockchain. I don't have any positions in it, and buy low, sell high, I guess. All right. Corsair Gaming's still trading sideways. It's still in a channel, buy low, sell high. So buy as low as you can, sell as high as you can. That's pretty much it. TDOC. This is it, guys. I'll say it. I said it over here on earnings gap down, right? Before earnings, I said, guys, this is an amazing gap. Tons of people are trapped. This is a double top neckline. Short pullbacks, buy puts, protect yourself on the downside. Type in a 4 if you remember me saying that. Now, there might be some TDOC owners who aren't typing in a 4 because you're like, no, you're just scared to buy puts. I mean, there was no reason not to. If you had a lot of shares, if you had a few shares, like 5 or 6 shares, doesn't matter. But really, really good gap down. There's your retest, inside bull candle. Boom. I mean, if you're not buying puts on these days, you got to buy a put on that day, right, Sean? I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's at 163. Candle, next candle gaps down, next candle, inside candle, boom, boom, bang. So anyway, this is the last ditch effort for TDOC for a little bit, is this candle. So if we take out that candle, guess what we're going to do? 102. And then that's where I'll get in. I'll definitely get in some serious size at 102. Still think it's a great company. That would be below COVID lows. I know a lot of doctors use TDOC. They still own Livongo. They still actually make money. It's a good pullback. It really is. And anyway, let's see if it can go to 102. It'll go to 102 very quickly if it takes out tomorrow's candle in the next 2 or 3 days. All right, that's TDOC. Unity Software. So Unity gapped up today and faded on good earnings. Weird. I unfortunately did not day trade this one. I don't know why. Someone will have to tell me why. I have no idea. Too many things to look at, I guess. But look at this bull volume takeout. Mike, is that clear? What do you think, man? I mean, is that crystal clear? Is it hard to borrow? Oh, that's probably why I didn't short it. That's probably why I didn't short it. I mean, I still could have bought puts anyway. Yeah, not really sure why I didn't make any money on the downside other than it's hard to borrow on Thinkorswim, of course. This is an interesting Morningstar reversal pattern. I actually do like this Morningstar reversal pattern. And yes, I know that this is redundant, but there's no reason for this candle to get taken out. Morningstar reversal, if it takes out this high, actually could start to bounce. I know a lot of you guys like Uni long-term. I do as well. I'm a fan. It's just give it a little bit of time, let it hang out, let it do its thing. ExxonMobil pulling down a little bit. Hector, I think day traded. Yep. That breakdown, this little head and shoulders pattern intraday. Let me shoot him a quick message. Hector, good job shorting Exxon. Well done. So he asked me about that. This was in the morning room right about here. Right about here. All right, Mike, you ready? You ready for an intraday head and shoulders pattern, everyone? Type in a 2 if you're ready. Because again, this pattern is the same exact pattern as a daily chart, weekly chart, every chart. Doesn't matter. It's the same pattern. Same thing. Okay, so here you go. Head and shoulders, obvious head and shoulders. Ginormous bullish candle right at the neckline. Could bounce. Doesn't like it's going to bounce. Not bouncing. I'm in short. Retest. I'm waiting. Retest. I'm waiting. A bunch of bear candles in a row. I'm expecting a bull candle. There's the bull candle. Moving my stop down. Enjoying my profits. So, yeah. Wait for bulls to buy and then wait for them to get taken out. And if they get taken out, go short. All right, 3D systems. 3D. Now, this is a very intriguing gap up. I will agree on that. Very, very intriguing gap up. I know that there's a few people who bought some positions on it today, and I can respect that. It is a bullish gap and go. I don't have any positions on it right now. I have had positions on it in the past. I just don't have any at this exact moment in time. This is going to be a very, very easy play. Perfect pennant pattern. If it breaks down, short it. If it breaks above, go long. That's it. That's the way to trade 3D tomorrow. All right, Twitter. Ooh, look at this retest. Man, gnarly retest on Twitter. Ouch. Oh. Man, can you imagine buying Twitter at $80 a share? That would feel awful. After a what, 250% return? Trump's not on the platform. No one's using it. Not really, it's exaggeration, but yeah, the single most bullish move in history at an all-time high. What do you guys think? Is that the time to buy? The single biggest move in any wave structure in history. Even if you do the exact low of 2016 to the exact high of 2018, still more. Paul says negative on the aforementioned question. Yeah. So long story short, short pullbacks on Twitter. HNST, the honest company. I am intrigued on this. I still haven't bought any yet, and it still is plummeting. Obviously, again, it's not a very expensive stock. It probably is going to be a really good stock to accumulate. And what I most likely should do is just buy $1,000 of this and just leave it alone for a while. Edward says, I would only buy this because of Jessica Alba. Hey, it's fair. That's fair. If you're going to buy something, you know. So Honest Company, Jack says they do have good baby products. Yep. And I got a new baby on the way. So Thomas, Wong, me and you, I think have to buy some shares of this because we're just required to. So I'm probably going to buy $1,000 worth relatively soon and just go, okay, if it goes to zero, here we go. And that's pretty much it. And we'll just kind of see what happens on Honest. All right, next on the list, EverQuote. Same thing, huge bullish candle. Guys, if it takes out that candle, we are going lower. This is a very, very strong retest. This is a strong pattern. Yes, the stock will eventually go higher, but before it does, short pullbacks, it can go lower. Lemonade got absolutely murder punched today. Bull candle gapping down on earnings. I did not day trade this one, unfortunately, but just, yeah, absolutely train housed. It can go lower, and I expect it to go lower. So short to pull back on that one. EA Sports. It's in the game. Trading sideways, 100, 200, not doing very much, hanging out. Here's the weekly hanging out, long terms doing their thing, monthly chart doing their thing, daily chart. Yeah, I don't know really what to do in Electronic Arts. I would just be in some type of bullish to non-directional strategy. That's really it. All right, plug. I know a lot of you, a lot of traders out there are in plug. I'm not personally in plug. I don't have any position on it. It did take out the 200. This is a very, very bad sign generally when you have a cute little bull candle at the 200 and the very next day it closes below it. That's not a good sign, just for future reference. So that means buy puts on retests, right? Buy puts on up days. So buy puts on up days, buy puts on up days. And it rolled lower. So that's a big move on puts. It doesn't look like a lot, but that's about, I mean, if you're buying somewhere in this general range, that's a huge move. And then if you close those puts at open at 18, that's $10 a share. That is thousands and thousands of dollars a contract. Well, I mean, depending on, sorry, how many contracts you buy. It's dollars per contract. Yeah, really, really good trade. BP, Robert Falco still got some BP, slowly recovering, returning back to life for British Petroleum. Inverted head and shoulders pattern on a weekly chart. I heard BP is pretty big. Monthly chart, trade down to 16 a share. If you adjust the chart for dividends, it looks a little bit different. So this is a spot probably to start selling some covered calls. I don't think oil is going to ever go away, or at least not for the next 20, 30 years. BP probably also not be just going away. So yeah, I know a lot of, actually I know a few BP employees too, who have been accumulating some shares, and they have some shares down there at 16 a share. So they worked at BP, they used their paycheck, bought some more, up 76% on those shares. Man, good job. Good for them. Pinterest. If you're pyramiding to Pinterest, I have some pyramids set at a lower, much lower price. I do think Pinterest can go lower. It does look like it will go lower. It does look like a massive double top. It is a bearish gap and go. At some point, you can have a big up day on Pinterest or whatever kind of retest, and then have some puts on Pinterest. Even if you want to be in long term, you can still buy shares long term, and you can still be in puts on the downside. Nordstrom made it to the 100 simple, made it to the 200 simple on the weekly chart, and the 200 simple on the monthly charts at 35. So yeah, if you're buying some here, it actually does make sense. I could see why you would. I don't personally plan on that, but there's a lot of moving averages here. There's a lot of support. This could turn into be a head and shoulders pattern. So if you do buy, just make sure you have some protection if it closes below 33. SOS, it's going to zero. Beyond Meat, I did day trade this one today, bearish, and made a few shekels on it, a few R's, about 0.8. So I'll take it. Nothing amazing. Could have been better if I got out the exact low, but small win. I did post this one in Slack. It was a really, really nice pre-market breakdown, some good support, and yeah, Beyond Meat worked out well. All right, Square. I did buy 10 shares of Square today. Talked about that yesterday. So I bought pretty much right at the close of the day, just snagging 10 shares. I really like their earnings. I thought they were nice and low today. Buy low, sell high, buy into weakness, sell into strength. Today was weak. So I might buy another 5 or something at 203 just to keep accumulating. This is a really, really big distribution phase on Square, and it can go lower from here. I have no problem with it going lower, but I'm gonna slowly accumulate and start getting some shares back on Square. Apple, I bought some calls today on Apple because it's low, it's at the 200, and it could bounce. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying I got puts on the market. I got all kinds of bearish positions on the market. I want some bullish positions on the market as well. Apple, of course, is quote unquote the market. So buy off the 200, get some positions just in case. We'll see what happens. Restoration Hardware, getting crushed. Finally, I say getting crushed. It just needs to pull back. This is 2 days of a pullback. 2. Yesterday was a double top. Today we opened below the low. It's amazing. The Restoration Hardware is at $700 a share. This stock is on absolute fire. On fire. So we'll see what it does. 500 would be a really good pullback opportunity, I think. I don't have any positions on this one. Waiting it out. We'll see if it goes lower, but today was a really good day trade for it. I did day trade the trade desk today somehow. Not sure how I made money on this one, but yeah. 5-minute charts. This was how I played this one. Just really kind of like a little bit of intuitional feel. Ugly chart, but I just felt like it was bullish. Bought it here. Stop was here. Target was there. And I played it on like a 2 or 3 minute chart on trade desk. So I did get out. It was a quick little in and out type of trade, but I just scan for charts and just look for patterns sometimes. Good breakdown there. Could have and probably should have played this one bullish again at some point, but anyway, I didn't. The trade desk, extremely interesting play. Very, very weak. I will be looking at some shorts as well if it takes out the low of today on a gap down. So I'm gonna keep trade desk on my list to watch it for a short. This gap, this location, this level, I'd be so surprised if trade desk doesn't go a little bit lower. And then cores, I'm gonna watch this one very closely. I know that there's some people who are pretty bullish on cores and had a really, really great run up. So good job for those traders who made some good money on cores. Closing below the low of this candle seems a little bit bearish to me. I think it can pull back. It had a good run up. It had a nice move, but I think a little bit of a retracement's coming. So 200 simple is at 56.29. That's probably where I would cover. It's about $1 away. Maybe make a little bit of money on a day trade or something if you're looking at playing it. But that's pretty much what I got on cores. Buy a dip if you are playing it bullish. All right, I will be here tomorrow for Transportation Thursday. What do you guys want me to look at? I know Tesla's on the list, GM's on the list, NIO's on the list. Albert says, thanks, Jeremy. My pleasure, Mr. Chin. COUR, Coursera, I got it. SONO, got it. Square, got it. Baba, got it. Microsoft, Ford, Zillow, Twilio, TSP, DOCN, JMIA, Datadog, NKLA. Sean says, thank you, Jay. My pleasure, brother. Thanks for being here, dude. Much appreciated. All right, Squadron. Well, you guys all know where I will be. Same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for enriching lives with me. You are incredible human beings. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Goodbye.